here for episode number
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth episode 5.
That was a little nice intro. Where'd you get that from?
You know, you don't remember from Dave Chappelle when he does the I please the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth.
No, I do not. I know you're a big Dave Chappelle fan, though. I like him too. The one thing that I always remember, I think it's from one of my friends that I would always talk to. He would always say, "Sugar, water, purple drink, or grape drink, or something like that."
Can't remember. That might be just a Dave Chappelle by himself type of thing, right? I
don't
remember the purple
know.
drink.
Maybe I feel like it was from a skit.
I
I
remember it was
bet
a
if you
grape
look
juice.
that up, no, it was definitely not grape juice. It was grape drink.
Or grape drink. I mean, it was
Drink.
grape drink.
If you YouTube it, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, because I'm a
I
big.
could like see it in my
I'm
brain.
trying to remember, and I can't fucking remember for the life of me. When the Chappelle Show first came out, man, that shit was fucking hilarious. I watched it religiously. I fucking bought this DVD box sets for those of
He's
you
like
guys who
your
don't know what
super
DVDs
fave,
are.
But besides him, I know him and like John Leguizamo is like your faves.
Yeah, growing up, those are some of my favorites, and the Chappelle Show was fucking hilarious. I mean, recently, you know, he had hosted Saturday Night Live, and he was talking about how, hey, he made a little comment about you guys want to stream Chappelle Show once again, you can on HBO Max and Netflix, and laughed. And then my thought was like, we were hanging out that weekend, and we ended up watching it, and I'm like, oh shit, it is on Netflix. We started watching it.
Yeah, you were super excited.
I was super fucking geeked to watch it. And then fast forward a couple days ago, he comes out on Instagram, and he's been doing these pop-up stand-up comedy sets, excuse me. And he's talking about how, you know, he doesn't see a fucking dime from them streaming his show, and to not support it. And if you're a true fan of his, don't fucking stream it. So talk about a fucking gangster move. Netflix gives him a buzz. They're like, just because, you know, you have some beef with, you know, I mean, it's Comedy Central, but they obviously have the Big Brother company. They're owned by a bigger corporation. They're like, we're going to pull it out to show that we stand with you and we support you if you're not getting paid.
Oh, so it really, I did not know this. I think I saw a post that was like about this, but I didn't really understand what was going on as usual. So I kind of just
As usual.
As usual. So I kind of just kept scrolling, but I did not know that. So really, it's not Netflix is supporting that. It's really Comedy Central who gave Netflix the okay to stream
They'll
it.
give the streaming rights to them, and obviously for every stream they get their cut,
Interesting.
whatever it is. So yeah, in Comedy Central, like I said,
Kind
again,
of shady, but they don't have to let him know, like, hey, by the way, we're putting all your shit up.
no, because so he was
Because they own it.
Yeah, because he talked about it, like when he signed that contract with Comedy Central. Most people don't
Crazy.
realize, like, and he talks about how the industry is so crooked and fucking backwards, and they're shady, and it's these old guys in this boardroom just fucking you over. Viacom, I think that's who's the one that owns it. So yeah, and basically they get you to sign these contracts when you're young and hungry, like he was when that first came out, and they end up owning you not just in the state you're from, not just in the United States, but they label it as in the universe, which means you go to fucking Mars, you go to Jupiter, you go to fucking Pluto for all you know.
Or Venus, because, you know, women are from Venus.
And they really love penis.
And sometimes, not everyone.
I don't know.
Not everyone.
That's different there, but
We all swing different ways sometimes.
and if you do, shout outs to you.
That's what I'm saying.
But they go ahead and yeah, they own your likeliness in the universe. So like you could go fucking stream that over there, they're gonna get their cut, and he's not, because he signed that contract, which is kind of fucked up at the end of the day if you look
That's
at it.
crazy. That's a lot of work.
Well, you know what it is, because he's been having all this steam recently on Netflix, and he's back out on the stroll. So they're obviously, again, it's the big boardroom guys thinking like, wait a second, we're gonna jump on this, because if he's doing that, and you probably have kids, or I should say teenagers that never watched the Chappelle Show because they couldn't. And they're watching it on Netflix, like, oh shit, because they know of him now, and they're getting that fucking money.
Like
And these were his
To
skits.
watch it before and probably didn't know or understand or whatever. And now they're like, holy shit, this shit is funny.
Yeah, and he created those skits. They didn't create those fucking skits. You know, it's fucked up. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Netflix. I mean, for fucking having his back, and
Yeah,
they operate it different as a company, and they're fucking huge. And I seen a bunch of other comedians that hopped on Instagram that were like, "Fuck yeah, I'm supporting you," and hopefully everybody does. I mean, I stopped streaming it. I mean, let's be realistic. I own the DVDs, and we have one DVD player in this house.
I was gonna say, we have literally never busted out our DVDs like in forever.
No, we had fucking family game night. We had Maria and Tim over recently,
Yep.
and I was looking for fucking Uno. and I go downstairs to shoot down and go look for Uno, and I hit the fucking cabinet, and I go,
This is what we do as adults. Like, this is
Yeah.
our, like, our going out, per COVID rules or quarantine. Like, this is what we do. We have fucking game nights with our friends and neighbors.
well, it was funny because I go downstairs, we're fucking scrambling for Uno, which everybody knows you play fucking Uno, that can hurt and hinder relationships.
You lose relationships super fast.
I give you a draw 4, I keep switching the fucking color on you, and you started out with your
Escalates
fucking...
fast.
It escalates real quick and goes down fast.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm hitting it, I'm opening up, and I'm like, fuck, like, I forgot I own the fucking box set The Family Guy from... I mean, there's still seasons are still going.
I just want to throw out there what box set that I personally have that I'm sure a lot of people
this
can
is gonna be
appreciate.
fucking gold
You
right
guys,
here. Ready?
Laguna Beach.
Fucking Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach was, before the hills. Before the hills was the hills, it was Laguna Beach. That's how old I am. I'm this old. I'm this old at Laguna Beach.
Yeah, I never got into fucking Laguna Beach. I mean, I know
Listen,
that spun off fucking
I'm like
Cavallari.
into anything MTV.
Right? Is that the one that spun out Cavallari?
Totally.
Yeah, see, I just
And
knew how...
I continue watching. I watched her on The Hills. I watched her on her show with her husband, now ex.
Shout out to Jay Cutler, Smoking Jay.
Shout outs to the Jay.
They're down.
And shout outs to Kristen. I like her.
I don't.
I
find
like
her
really
fucking tacky.
anything reality TV. I like anything brainless that I could watch. Because honestly, when it's that time for me to actually sit down and watch something, I want it to be brainless and funny. Cause
But you operate brainless all day.
No, I mean, in the back of my brain, I am brainless, but like in the front, of it, I'm like super professional, like,
I mean,
business.
It's put this in perspective. I mean, you watch every fucking show on TLC that I'm surprised you're not even watching the Long Island Median. I just seen a commercial for
I watched that.
Fuck, see?
Oh, that lady is. I'm shook when I watch her.
Is there anything else you want to share with her? Like some random fucking box? Like I said, I looked.
recently started Welcome to Plathville. That was really exciting. I watched my Big Fat Fabulous Life.
Just say I watch everything that's on TLC, which is the learning channel, but you ain't learning shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. The learning channel has really evolved over the years.
Evolved into fucking basura.
Yeah, evolved like the other way. But I'm like here for it.
It's smut TV, and the producers of fucking every one of those shows has zero fucking chill.
No, there's no respect there for
whether it's the 600-pound life, whether it's the fucking 90
I'm into
day,
that one too.
like,
I love it all.
They
all have their interesting things, but like I said, when it's time for me to watch TV, I like it to be brainless because all day, either I'm working on the computer, I'm doing random bullshit for the kids, I'm doing random things for you, I'm cooking, lunch, breakfast, dinner, I'm doing other things. Like I legit not want to think because. When we do watch things that like require me to think or that are like really interesting, I have so many questions, and then you don't want to talk to me. You're like, stop asking questions. You're bothering me. You keep fucking pausing the program, like.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there like,
it's,
Hold on, let's revisit the pause in the fucking program situation. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I think it's a National Geographic. I think it was Nat Geo or Discovery. One of the two.
Are you talking about the pyramids?
Either way, nor here nor there. Yeah. Watching the pyramids,
yeah.
and I'm fucking trying to listen to the guy who already has a thick accent. To listen to him
fucking subtitles.
Break down. But again, I'm fucking trying to look, and you're in my face like, what is it? Where is this at again? How many? I'm like, so I gotta pause a second.
Wow, can you like imagine how this is done? Like, how do you think they do this? Like, how do you think they build this thing? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and
listen, my brain is going at that time. I'm under the influence, and like my brain, like it's a lot to take in when I'm like watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's
and I'm not, and I'm sitting there trying to like regurgitate this information like a fucking sponge, and you're sitting there staring at me, asking me like, why do they mummify them? Why do they put that thing on them? Why do they bury them with the figure?
Amazing.
And the guy's explaining the shit on TV, and I'm just looking at you like, fuck. So I pause it, and then you're like, why are you gasping? Because I'm trying to hear what he's saying, and you're literally asking me what the guy's talking about.
You get annoyed really quick, and it's kind of disrespectful. But
0 to 100 real fast.
Anyways, in my next lifetime, I would love to be an archaeologist. Like, that's my shit. I'd love to, like, go into those fucking tombs that, like, it's really funny when we watch it, like, there are no hard hats. There are no steel toes.
They're reckless overseas.
There's no fucking, even
we call that in the industry no PPE.
I don't know what that is, but
proper protection equipment.
Oh, see, that's put that on the list of things I don't know. There is no like even like steel like ladders that go down, you know, into all the things that they're digging in. Like it's crazy. But
No, but their
anyways.
method works. Like you go, they're using that method that's been for years. That they're like, when you see the guy who's like, well, I'm a foreman because my dad was a foreman, my
Well,
grandfather's a foreman, meaning a foreman
but you
on
know who else helped
mummifying sites.
with those pyramids? Who else helped?
Who?
Aliens.
So you think the aliens
Do
were
you
the
believe
ones
that?
that? No, I don't think the aliens did none of that shit there.
Bro, they're the fucking stones. How?
The building of it.
How many fucking Egyptians were
But
loading
check
that
it
bitch
out.
up?
How many motherfuckers that come now and they're digging this shit up?
How many fucking
But
mummies?
wait,
They
they're
haven't found enough mummies yet.
again, for those of you guys that watch one of those shows, the equipment you're saying they use is old world methods that fucking work. You're like,
Yeah.
how is this big block of wood being used
But
to
listen,
send shit down and
okay,
move
so
stuff?
they-
But it
they-
fucking works. They have a fucking
they build
method.
all those stones.
It's called.
on
You
the
love my
bottom.
quotes. It's called not reinventing the wheel.
No, who cares? They build the base. You know, it's big, and then obviously the pyramids go up to the point or whatever. So you're saying like, how did those motherfuckers drag all those stones all the way to the fucking top? It also inside there's not only tombs, there's like different walkways and secret
Sarcophagus?
passages, sarcophagus, and then other little trinkets and shit, drawings. Like it's crazy.
But they didn't. Again, now when we're seeing, because now we're seeing the back end of it where they're digging these up and they're telling you how many years. They were saying the typical person when they were to get mummified was months, because they would do the whole embalming thing where they would take their, drain their blood, take their body
Yeah,
parts out,
for
put
the
it on.
afterlife.
So it was quick. Like we're thinking, or say you're thinking like at today's pace, like okay, I died today, tomorrow they see me at a wake, come Friday, boom, I'm in the ground. Well, no, there was a whole process. So
I understand
and they had,
that.
and you gotta remember too. There was like people that were enslaved where they just had slaves all day around the clock lifting stone,
a
lifting
lot
brick.
though. There had to be like
There
hundreds
is.
of thousands.
Well, look at how many. Look when they hit that whole patch of fucking area where they were down there digging and they found like all these bodies that they deemed could have been poor because they were poorly buried.
Yeah.
They weren't
Yeah.
They weren't buried
Yes.
with all this gold,
All
all
the
these figures, all this
beautiful-
shit.
Yeah.
Because it looks like back then in that time, like if you were obviously a king, queen, whatever, but the other
I would
high,
definitely be a queen for sure.
the other high
Obviously.
figure there and would be a high priest. So that's where the
neither
queen
here nor
came
there, but I
for
just wanted to
advice.
Put that out there.
The queen would come to the high priest for advice. So I would be the high priest.
No.
And they were on
you're
this
like the
pedestal
Joker.
for royalty.
You're like the Joker.
You calling me a fucking court jester? They don't even have a court jester. You're like a joker. Who kind of fucking
a
shit
Joker
is?
in fucking Egyptian.
Yeah, like I couldn't fucking picture. It's a
Well,
serious.
whatever the version of the Joker would be in Egyptian times, that would be you.
The high priest.
No, no, you're not. No.
I mean, I don't fucking see the alien shit. I mean, I know people
Oh.
do because they're like, well, where do they put them? The
Do you not
Stonehenges.
believe in aliens?
Recently I thought about this. How about if we're the fucking aliens?
I mean, possibly, but I 100%
Check this out.
believe in
Check this out. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna open up your third eye. I'm gonna open up
Oh
that
my
pineal gland for you right there.
What about Bad Bunny? Oh.
And you sit here and you think like, oh, if I get cut in my skin, I put a band-aid, whatever, boom, it heals. Like,
Mhm.
the fuck? Or you think, oh, I could go up to you right now. I could go ahead and make some macaroni and then next thing you know, boom, you're having this body come out of you that was from something so small. And then you ever thought like reverse alien? Like maybe we are the fucking aliens.
I think
maybe we
we're,
are.
We're some of them for sure. Like
I don't think they're gonna come with them big black eyes and the big
No,
purple
I don't
and the
think
hangers
that
like.
at all. No, I don't think they're
"Tito,
like green and slimy with big eyes. Like I don't think that at all. I don't know what they look like, but I definitely think that they exist. There's no fucking way they don't exist.
I don't. I
there's
guess
no
I
way.
don't not disagree that we're not the only ones here, but I think that we are quote unquote what the alien. What we see, we picture this. Oh, it's this big thing. No, we are that. Look at the alien-esque things we do. Look at the technology we come
Yeah,
up
it's
with.
fucking weird. Like I don't understand it. Half the shit out there that you explain to me, I don't fucking understand. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good friend of mine.
Like, how's this shit coming through this fucking microphone, going into this box and going on the computer? I don't fucking know. I don't know.
It's called soundboard.
It's called fucking weird. No, what's inside that soundboard that's like, all those chips and shit
Yeah,
that makes it go,
microchips.
in,
Yeah.
out, whatever.
And they come up. They put
No,
this
that's too
board.
much.
That's. I mean,
No, that's too much.
you guys.
Mm-mm.
That's that. If you think that's too much for her, we're watching on
It's too
Netflix
much.
the video games, the history of video games, and you thought them making a video game was too much. You're like, how the fuck did they put that in a cartridge?
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Like, how did that even? Yeah.
It's all programming.
That's,
It's
I don't
programming.
even want to start on that because I'm not nowhere near intoxicated enough to have this conversation.
I mean, I remember hearing a while back when Mars used to come to the studio, he would play these videos, and he was, I can't remember the one in particular what it was called, but it basically broke down where there's this, theory. I won't say conspiracy. There's a theory, and this guy apparently got killed because he started sharing his theories, and he was saying that how like there is some form of outer being that we share information and technology with, and they come and they take things from us. And he says, well, they would bring you like, all right, we're gonna like where we think right now, like, oh, we have this hard drive, and it fucking saves data on it. Like we think that's new, but they're like, 10 years above that.
Fucking cloud.
Yeah, like we're like, oh, we have the cloud, but they already got what's bigger than the cloud. But at the expense of, he says, and again, this is where it gets a little kooky. He was saying where you start seeing people come up missing with no trace, no death, no nothing. He's saying where they feed, quote unquote, on people, and they take people. I think he was calling them like the purple walkers or the purple something.
I believe it.
But see, I don't get that crazy with that shit like that. I'm just like,
there's weird shit out there. Like the cloud, I'm not gonna get too much into. It's like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is the cloud? Like, where is this cloud
above your head
that everything is stored? Like, is there some big ass drive somewhere, like planted underground?
The cloud is on the line.
I know it's on the line. But anyway.
The cloud is a term used, but they're sitting on servers. Is what it is.
Yeah, where are the fucking servers?
You'd be surprised. Microsoft's got like a whole area
like,
that's
for this
around us.
That's fucking universe. Like, how many servers would there have to be? Like, there's one like every 5
You
blocks.
probably passed one and didn't realize it because they're not gonna put that.
Probably.
Because of security reasons, they're not gonna put that shit in the fucking map and say right here, 2345 First Street are the Microsoft servers. No. They'll let you know when, like, and I remember when Microsoft first stepped foot into where the suburb my parents live in, and it was a big thing, but they didn't want to give you the location. Everybody just kind of assumed it's got to be around where all the factories, it's got to be, because of what they're putting in. But it's like, yeah, because obviously they has that information, but they sit on these servers, and obviously if power goes out, they have backup stuff, but that's what it is. It's just in your mind to paint it as a different picture, like, oh, it's in the cloud, but it's not sitting above your head. It's sitting offsite on a fucking server.
Somewhere, and that's what I'm worried about. Like, where the fuck is it?
It's on an encrypted server, babe.
Oh, whatever.
And you're tweaking about an encrypted server because it's
I don't
on the
wanna tweak
line
about
in the
this
cloud.
anymore. This is way too much for me to handle. So let's talk about something else.
I mean, the shit gets deep. I mean, you can't.
It's way too deep.
I feel like the one who actually hit it on the head, and as kooky as it may sound, George Lucas with the whole fucking Star Wars thing. Like, since I think about that, when he traveled, those characters travel to other planets.
We're not
gonna get into Star Wars.
Star Wars.
But I'm just saying the gist of it, where it's like,
except for Baby Yoda.
Yeah, where they bounce to planets and there's different things, and you think like, well, is that how it is out there? Like, to think of that guy's mind track, not where it was at. He thought it was like that. I think we're the only things that are out there, and I think there might be a separate set of something somewhere. And
there is, for sure.
And that's where I stand with that.
I don't know where, but there is definitely. So. Why don't we want to talk about Christmas? Because I fucking love Christmas. I love the holidays. So
what a great fucking transition. It's December 1st, and right away you wanted to go from pharaohs and spaceships to Christmas.
You were mad, but I decided that I was going to put up the Christmas tree per usual. Did I put it up before Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, like about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so usually I put it up like
we have fucking lights out like right after Halloween.
Yeah, that's what people are doing now.
Jesus
because
Christ.
Everyone's in quarantine. Even before, people were putting
That's not an
lights
excuse
because
everyone's in quarantine.
People were doing it. They were decorating their houses with lights and stuff like that. But I mean, let's talk about how different like Christmas will be this year. Like, not only that, obviously there'll be smaller parties and gatherings and stuff like that, but things like even what we went to the other day, we went through like a drive-through Christmas light show, and there's ones like that obviously before, but usually you could walk through and kind of stroll with your family. Like, now there's like this drive-through light thing. Or you were telling me the other day, like Santa, you could go see Santa, but he's like behind a plexiglass.
Yeah,
like,
to
how
me that's
fucking weird is shit right now.
Like, to me, to go see Santa Claus and he's behind a fucking plexiglass, for that, I would hit someone like you that has Photoshop experience to tell you, get a picture of Santa Claus, and I would Photoshop myself. Because why am I going to go pay $25 to go somewhere with some dude sitting behind a fucking glass that ain't even the dude?
No, I'm going to
Spoiler alert. Sorry about that if you didn't know Santa Claus is not real.
I'm definitely going to do it. We're definitely taking the kids to do that. Listen, I just want that memory of like
You go there and you FaceTime you while you're
this
there.
is how fucking quarantine was and how the holidays were and Christmas was in 2020.
We already have
It's
pictures
a
where
fucking
you
memory.
It's funny
A
because
funny one for that matter.
I was cleaning out the pictures on my phone the other day because I got a lot of doubles and stupid memes and shit that I have, and I was cleaning my phone out. And as I'm digging around the cloud, which is on the line, I'm looking, and there was pictures from like
on
when
the
we were.
encrypted servers.
Yeah, there you go. You're with me now. Stay with me. I'm looking at and I'm cleaning pictures out, and I ran into some photos from when we were in Tennessee and some photos were other outings, and there's a couple pictures. Oh, it was Halloween, and our oldest he's sporting a mask or he's holding a mask or we're sporting a mask, and it's like, fuck, man, what a way to ruin a picture. But to timestamp, like when you go back and we don't have a photo book because down the road we'd have to look at our photos streaming on the line. Yeah, but the pumpkin patch in Tennessee and all that, like we were doing things and we had to have a fucking mask in our hand this year because that timestamps. Okay, 2020 was the year that you had to fucking wear a mask, which is gonna bleed into 2021.
Like, and let's hope, knock on wood, that this is the only year that we'll have things like this. But it's shitty, it's crappy, it's funny, it's kind of like everything at the same time, and that's why like fuck it, I'll go see Santa behind the plexiglass because 5 years from now when we're like, man, you remember that year like that was fucked up like all year long.
They did say
we'll have it.
They did say good news. Dr. Fauci, which is the the world-renowned doctor who's kind of been in the face of this and comes out.
Oh yeah,
like
I
speech,
totally knew that.
He
Fauci.
came out. Yeah,
the Fauci.
You should see the look in her face.
The Fauchers. That's what he's called.
Fucking nicknames.
Oh, the Fauchers.
Okay, what's his first name?
Doctor.
Doctor. You fucking send off. His name's Dr. Fauci. What's his first name? Doctor.
I fucking don't know.
Nah, it's Anthony Fauci. And fucking
yeah,
I know.
Anthony. Tony.
Yeah, you sound like Trump now, because Trump would be like, hey, Tony, this, like, they don't call him Tony, it's Dr. Anthony Fauci, but,
Hey, Anthony.
He don't even talk like that. Jesus Christ. Whoa, that escalated real fast. Sorry for our Italian-American friends out there.
For my racist Italian accent.
Yeah, right. You're like, Tony. You're like, you want the pizza and the meatball? Chef Boyardee.
Oh
like,
okay,
Jesus Christ.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Hurry yourself. Bring that back.
Let's go back to the Fauchers.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Fauchers. That's like, I counted 5 nicknames you got for this motherfucker already. But anyways.
I like the nicknames.
So he came out today. He was stating.
Sweating.
He said that. Yeah, after that comment, you should be.
Hey.
There you go again.
Because listen,
I thought you were gonna bring it back.
Let me just sidetrack really quick. Our neighbor is Tony, and he's super Italian.
He is.
We're always like, "Hey, Tony." So
he is. I mean, yeah. Tony's a real fucking and. It's just he's the best neighbor, and I always look out for him. He lives by himself, and he tends to leave his garage open, and I'll shoot him a text. And there's times where he'll come and give us stuff during the pandemic first happened. He brought us fucking masks that he knew somebody knit, which I'm pretty sure fell off a truck.
So yeah,
but
probably.
It's funny because he has all the stereotypical.
Yeah,
he has all the stereotypical like Italian things. He's like he owns a couple pizzerias.
Yep.
He's into a couple of gambling machines. It's like. And then he's got
some like weird club in some real sketchy area.
Yeah, the Italian club. It's funny that he lives up to those stereotypes, but he's a fucking great guy.
So, anyways, back to the Fauchers.
So back to the Fauchers. So what the Fauchers was saying.
Oh, you see, it caught on real fast.
Yeah, real fast.
The Fauchers.
I'm still gonna call him Dr. Fauci. But anyways.
First name Doctor, last name Faucher.
Yeah, Faucher.
Whatever.
You can't even say it right. But
Fauci's.
Anyways, I'm burying the lead here. For these folks. So basically, he's coming out saying that he sees that at earliest, next year September, that he could see stadiums full again, football stadiums, basketball stadiums, which that's a good sign because that means we just got to get to the summer. I mean, they're already starting to roll out these. Pfizer's has the vaccine that they want to start running on people, and they're going to start rolling that out.
It's almost like I can't even imagine it being like that. Like I was looking at some memories that came up on Facebook of us last year. We were like at the mall with some friends and walking around during the holidays, and I could see a bunch of people in the background, like the mall's fucking busy around Christmas. Like it's so weird to even see that now. It's like, wow. In my brain, I'm like, oh, I remember those days. And then it feels like those days are so far-fetched forward. But like you said, I know a lot of people are talking about the vaccine and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about all that, but anyways.
I don't know how I feel about the whole mandatory testing thing where they're like, well, they said again, because I don't
want that shit.
I'm always
Not
up
right away.
I'm always up with the shits and up to current events. Now they said that they were saying one of the first countries in England, I believe, where they're saying that if you don't take the vaccine for it, that you're not going to be allowed into certain places. They're not allowed to do certain things. Like that's a strict rule they want to put down. And I know.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. I don't.
I mean, people get really weird with vaccines. It's just like the same thing when your kids are born. Do you give them the shots? Like
Yeah.
your girl from Laguna Beach
I
won't
Yeah,
give her
she
kids
doesn't do
shots.
that.
No, she doesn't.
Ugh, that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, she's like anti giving my kids a shot, and it's like I get on the fences where I can see that for
I
kids.
mean, I don't want a new shot. Like when it's brand fucking spanking new, like I don't
Yeah.
want that shot.
No.
Like let it roll out for a couple years, and when everything's like straight, I'm like, oh look at people are healthy and they're living through it. Like fine, but I don't want it right away. Like listen, let's talk about. So we got tested for the vid, recently, and they really shoved that shit up your nose. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like, I think they're testing your brain.
I mean, if they did it, they
I
definitely
think they're testing my IQ. It's low.
If they
But
did,
they tested it.
if they're not testing your brain, you're definitely fucking took down some fragrance.
I think my nose is pregnant.
I got my nose raped so fucking hard on both nostrils that I was like, first off, you didn't lube it or you didn't even fucking take me to dinner. That's how fucking
Didn't
hard you
snuggle
came.
me after. Nothing.
I mean,
They were just like, hi, and that goes right up there.
yeah, and 1-in-1.
No warning.
Nothing at
And
all.
they swish it up around there, and you're like, just can I breathe? Like, what's happening?
No, and then we decided to go ahead and obviously get the kids tested because we were like, fuck it, it's all of us just to make sure we're all safe and on the same
Yep.
page. And it was so funny that obviously Eli got upset.
Was mortified because I said, "Oh, it's just gonna be a little like."
He's like,
tickle
they're
in
gonna
your
do me a nose tickle, mom.
I'm like trying to play it down, so he doesn't get fucking freaked out. And they really shoved it in that thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, so he started crying,
bad.
and the best was Martin. Like we
like-
drove away, mind you. We drove away. We had to be like 3 minutes out of the fucking tent, leaving the fucking facility
It's
area.
like he had his first sexual encounter.
Yeah, and it was a bad experience because I
He was like in the back in fetal position.
Yeah, I equivalated to a man that probably went to jail for the first time, and he ended up getting something that he didn't want, and you're sitting there just like, he literally was like in the fetal position, looking outside the window, glaring into the fucking. Not that he daydreams to begin with. He's a teenager, but it was one of those looks where you could look like he was like, I just been violated.
But I found out later. I think it was half that and half that he was hangry. Like he's my legit hangry kid. Like he doesn't have a snack. He is a hangry, awful person.
Well, yeah, and we also went a little bit early too because we didn't. Everybody's been saying, oh, there's spikes happening now, so the lines are crazy, shit's nuts. We were in and out. We took it took us more time to fill out the fucking paperwork.
Well, you had to get tested for NICOR. Obviously, I'm in a family business, and I'm with different clients, different homes, like literally day in, day out. So we just got tested. So we'll see. We all are fine. Just FYI.
Yeah, we're all fine.
Not sick. There's no symptoms or reasons that whatever. But
you just want to be on the safe side. Like when I was talking to Al, he said that he gets tested frequently because within his role with what he does is that he comes in contact with a lot of clients and customers. So and he keeps his mask on, keeps his 6 feet, the whole thing.
You never
know. You never know. Like you're coming in contact with so many people, and then in that perspective, when I'm having this conversation with him, it makes you think of like, wow, like the average person, how many people you come in contact with a day is insane.
I heard, Bad Bunny got it.
He got it, and he's doing just fine.
Yeah,
I'm just dropped, and he's all out there and about.
If he got it, I don't want to make it awkward, but I might have it.
But he got it and tested positive first, so now you're trying to say you wish you tested positive?
Well, I mean, I might because, me and Bad Bunny were like this.
Oh yeah. So you and him are like that, all right.
We're very much alike.
The closest thing you are to Bad Bunny.
Pisces, we're very much
the closest.
Stylish.
The fucking closest that you are to Bad Bunny is me.
I know. Well, that's what I could get, I just gotta do it.
Now, the day you call me fucking Benito or you call me fucking Bunny when it's that time of the fucking night when there's macaroni making it,
and my gosh.
I'm gonna look at you and be like, what in the Section 8 did you just call me?
It's called role play.
Oh, is that like when they tell couples, like, if you get your, what is it? Like your freebie or like it's gotta be someone famous, your freebie?
Oh, yeah,
like,
hall pass.
Your hall pass. That's your hall pass fucking celebrity, huh?
100%.
That's so fucked up. You can think of that and drop a dime because I have to sit here and think.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I'm that kind of person. Like, I'm a very jealous psycho. I don't need to know. Like,
yeah, you would. Because if I was to fucking say, yeah, it's give me an
I'll be mad.
Yeah, not that
it could be Jennifer Lopez. I'm mad.
Yeah, you'd be like, huh? And then she'll come on TV and you'd be like, look, we're not fucking watching that fucking bitch. You're not fucking TV. You want to fuck her? You want to fucking
like,
see on
I won't
TV?
blame you because she's like one of my hall passes too, but I don't want to know.
Look, that's two.
I'm just psycho like that.
And you see it, everybody? You seen that? You
I'm
see a trend
legit,
here?
like, not right in the head, and I can't.
No, you
I
just
can't know that.
But everybody's missing something here. You legit mentioned 2 Puerto Ricans and you're married a Puerto Rican, so I see a
I
fucking
know.
trend.
It's like a thing. Listen, okay, this is probably the last thing we'll probably have to talk about. We're running out of time. When I was younger with my cousin, we had this little notebook where we'd put like our like goals and dreams. And mine was to go to, I'm not even kidding.
Was it a Slutionary?
A Slutionary, like a whatever you call, fucking black book. Like, I don't know what it was called. Diary.
Slutionary.
One of it, like, we had all the things we wanted to do. Oh, get piercings, do this, blah, blah, blah. Mine was to go to Puerto Rico and meet a boy.
Except you went to Chicago and you met a boy.
Yeah, except I went to work. I met a Puerto Rican in the office.
Except I went to Humboldt Park to see where the flags are on Division, and then I met you.
I got more than I bargained for.
So Humboldt Park's the closest thing to Puerto Rico.
I got less than I bargained for.
No, you got triple your bargain. Fuck you talking about here? You got triple the worth. Everybody, it's been a fucking blast. This has been another fun-filled episode. And like I said, this has been episode 5. We appreciate all you guys listening to us and tuning in each and every week as we continue to hit milestones. I do ask you guys once again, if you guys are on your Apple Podcast platform, or any other platform that you guys use and there's a rating system, guys, make sure to just leave a rating, leave a review. Let us know what you think of the show. Not that you guys don't, because like a lot of you guys have been hitting us up on Instagram, because we obviously been Instagram crazy.
If anyone knows Bad Bunny, tell them to slide in my DMs. No big deal.
Yeah,
don't want to make it awkward.
Then I'm going to start opening up my DMs for business too. Then. You got that? As always, we appreciate it. Everyone stay safe. Much love. Thank you for the support.
Till next